Hello everyone, so in this video, let us talk about one more easy level problem from LeetCode. The problem name is count vowel substrings of a particular string. So let us move on to the problem statement. It states that a substring, we'll first move on to the definition of substring. A substring is a continuous segment or like you can say sequence of characters within a string. Okay, so if you take a continuous sequence of characters like this, any continuous sequence of characters, then that is called a substring. Now you just have to find out all the substrings which are vowel substrings. Now what are vowel substrings? Vowel substrings are substrings that only consist of vowels a, e, I, o, u, and all the five vowels should be present inside that. So only present these five vowels, these five characters, you can say a, e, I, o, u, and it's all the five should be present, and these are called vowel substrings. You just have to find out all the vowel substrings in the given string that you have. Now what you can see here is that if I move forward to the constraints are pretty much small. So what you can do first here is that you can find out all the possible substrings. So all the possible substrings you can find out. So how you can find out all the possible substrings? So all the possible substrings, you can understand that every substring has a starting and an ending. So let's say every substring that you take out from this complete string has a starting point and ending point. So let's say if I take out this substring a, I, E, U, O, U, so it always has a start and an end. So what you can do is that you can iterate over all the possible start and all the possible ends. What I mean by this is that you can take 2 points, like two nested for loop. One for loop will start from every I, starting from every first character, and then keep on taking that I will start from here, making substring, I will start making substring from here, and keep on taking the next like the next ending to be forming a complete substring. Now when you have this complete substring, you just have to check that whether it is a proper vowel substring or not, that it consists of all the five vowels, no other character apart from that, and all the five characters should be present. That's it, all the five vowels should be present. That's nothing much complicated here as well. So let's go to the code part now. So if the constraints are pretty much large, if it is, then you can use some different approach, maybe some map or map with greedy, that is some sliding window also, but that can also be used. But depending on the constraints, we will move down to and stick only to this, because we don't have to actually have a large constraint in this particular problem. So we'll stick down to the smaller version only. So what's the complete logic that we have used here is, let's move on to to understand from the code part. So what we have done here is that we have to store all these occurrence of all these characters that is present inside this complete substring. So we will make a total that will store all these total number of substring that will print in the answer. This is the vector to store out all the occurrence of all these vowels. Now what we'll do is that we have two nested for loop, as I've told you, one for the starting and one for ending of this complete substring. Now what we'll do is that for every start, let's say I have the string like this. For every start, I have to now check what is the end. So at the end can be the next character, the next character, the next character, and so on. So what I can instead do is that instead of making new you can say new substring and finding out its occurrence every time, what I can do is that I will keep on appending the new character. What I mean by this is, let's say I have C, then I can append U to that, then I have A, then I have I. So what I can easily do is that I can just take out this vector and just check out what is the new character that I'm appending. This is the ending. Okay, if the ending that the new character I'm appending is A, then I will add A at the 0th position. So this vector is mapped that A is stored, the A's frequency is stored at 0, E's frequency is stored at ith index, so that is 1 index, A, I, O, and U. So I frequency is stored at 2, O is 3, and U is 4. So that is why it's of 5 size. So it will just check out that what is the character I am on. If it is either of them, that is it is a vowel, I will append or increase the frequency in the vowel vector. Okay, if it is not, which means that I am actually forming a substring and now it has a non-vowel character, then it is all bad. Then I will not move forward and form this complete substring or any further substring. So what I'll do is that I will break at this particular point, as you can see. So this for loop will be broken. This for loop will be broken if it is a non-vowel character. What I mean by this is, let's say I have some starting, let's say A, B, let's take some small. Let's say A, E, I, O, B, and U. So let's say I am forming a substring. So like I am forming a substring starting from the very first character. I have A, E, I, O. That is fine. But when I add B, then it has a non-vowel character. Now even if I have U, I will break at this point, because any substring that I formed starting from A and I've taken characters till this point, moving forward are all bad, because if I take a substring, I will always be taking B, and if I take B, then that is a bad vowel substring, because I cannot have a non-vowel character. So that is bad. So I cannot take any character that is starting from here. So I'll just break at this particular point. If I find out or formed a particular substring, I will I will have a check function that will check that whether this satisfy the vowel substring vowel condition or not. That is written here. I will just show you. And if it is, I will increment the total for that particular substring, that it is a complete vowel substring. And in the end, I will just print out the particular answer. So let's move on to here. Yeah, so as you can see in the end, we have just find out that if it is a vowel substring, we'll just increment the total, and in the end we just print out the total after this nested for loop. Now, what is this check function? This check function will just iterate over this vowel vector that I have just sent, and just check out all the 5 vowels should be present. If any one of them is 0, which means that that particular vowel is not present, then we just return false, because that substring should have all the vowels present. The frequency doesn't matter; it should not be 0. If it is not present, then answer is false. If all the 5 are present, the answer will be true. Pretty much simple. That's the complete logic and the code part for this particular problem as well. If you still have any doubts, you can mention in the comment box for this particular video. I will see you in the next one. Coding, and bye.